Basix Consulting and Technology Services Limited is a consulting company in the development sector. Consulting services were provided as part of the Basix Group since the year 1996. In 2010, Basix Consulting was hived off from the group to exclusively offer consulting services.
You look at BCTS, an organization which started off as a spin-off from Basix so as to focus on very specific consulting work which did not involve hands-on work at the ground, has now stood on its own.
Basix Consulting brings together the conceptual and analytical capability and implementation experience in various companies of Basix for undertaking sectoral and policy research, feasibility studies, and other consultancy services with a focus on contributing to the knowledge and practice of livelihood promotion.
Basix Consulting and Technology Services is that entity which leverages on the learnings and experiences of all other entities of Basix from their work in the field, and packages it as services and products and offers it as a consulting services to other livelihood promoting organizations. We work with multilateral and bilateral organizations, with donors and with various NGOs and MFIs.
Basix Consulting has built sustainable business models that are scalable, replicable, and affordable, and offers services in financial inclusion, institutional strengthening, including the technology-based solutions to organizations engaged in promoting large number of livelihoods. Globally, consulting services are provided in developing countries of the world in the regions of Africa, Asia, Southeast Asia, and Pacific.
Basix ventured into Africa in 2009 through an assignment in collaboration with the United Nations Capital Development Fund. It is called UNCDF. And this was rather a feasibility study to understand and explore the possibilities of having an intervention in Ethiopia.
Several studies were undertaken by Basix Consulting in Cameroon, Ethiopia, Ghana, Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, and Zambia.
Overall, consulting and advisory services has taken the name of Basix beyond India across the three regions I mentioned, that is Asia, Pacific, and Africa. In fact, we did even one study in the Central America in Nicaragua.
Basix Consulting has assisted TRN, Tubarai-Metin, in East Timor to transform from an unregulated institution to deposit accepting regulated institution. Basix Consulting has assisted BDBL, Bhutan Development Bank Limited, to transform from an NBFC to a regular bank.
Farmers Producer Companies are new generation of farmers collectives being promoted across the country with support from central, state governments and multilateral donors with an objective to build sustainable business enterprises of farmers.
Basix Consulting has on its own organized 150 producer companies, of which almost 100 are in Uttar Pradesh and 50 in Maharashtra. And our aim is to make 150 business enterprises of farmers, of almost 2.5 lakh farmers who becomes entrepreneurs and benefit from our institution development activities.
Risk mitigation is one of the prominent services to the vulnerable communities to cope up with the risks. Basix Consulting offered micro-insurance consulting services in several countries including Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Zambia, Malawi, and Mozambique.
As part of providing integrated financial services, Basix entered into the microinsurance services.
Technology-enabled solutions to financial institutions is an important offering of Basix Consulting.
Basix Consulting is the largest provider of software for financial institutions in PNG.
Basix Consulting offers products such as Banksoft, Delphix, VTran SP, develops web portals and MIS systems to MFIs and other financial institutions.
So all these technologies are able to reach to deliver our services in much effective manner to the livelihoods. We develop technology for our own operations. At the same time, the microfinance sector, the microbanking sector across the world is using. In 6 different countries, our products are installed, our services are provided.
It has developed some very good technology solutions in the microfinance area, in the livelihood area.
I would like to see Basix Consulting as reputed development sector oriented consulting company. Where do you find an organization which is good at IT and ID services, or when you talk about financial inclusion services, or an organization which looks at low cost technologies that will help in livelihood promotion? I want the Basix Consulting and Technology Services to stand out and say that this is an organization which can be reached out for such services. So that's my vision for BCTS, and I hope with my strong team I have, I'll be able to achieve this.